Hello, hello, hello. This is mzjanis, your natural hair care practitioner. How are you doing today? Just wanted to make sure I got in at least 2 pages. I'm still setting up this new computer. So I have my book. I was going to do this in the beginning, but I decided I wouldn't. I'd wait in case the camera didn't work. I am hoping that you all are doing well today. How are you doing? You doing okay? All right. So, you are a natural hair care practitioner. You've taken the classes, you've taken the courses, you studied, you learned, you took the test, you passed the test. Now, what do you do? I like my wire spinning. So, it's now what do you do? Well, now you've already decided that you're going to go just a little bit further and you're going to become a licensed, not a licensed, not a licensed practitioner. That's what you are, but you're going to become an independent practitioner. You're going to become an independent practitioner, or you're going to be the one that has that business, that licensed facility, or maybe you want to be an employee, or maybe I'm just saying that just in case you have not decided what you are going to do. I'm putting so many things out there, but one of the things I'm doing, even as I am tutoring these course or this module, is I'm telling you in advance what I am looking for. I am looking for someone that is willing to teach the same I do, which means tutor. I'm looking for a mentor, someone that will go down to, well, here is Salem. You're taking your test. Hold on just a second. You're taking your test and you realize that you want to do what Miss Janice is doing in South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, and you want to go online and look for the natural hair care practitioner um, module that's in your state because it's a governed or government planned, meaning laws were taken from government rules and all that kind of stuff. And on this one, it was the House Bill Law 3049. And I actually remembered as the address. See how I'm stuttering? That's how I know I have to set up this camera. But I'm getting it. At least it updated this computer to Windows 8.1 after weeks. It's been a while. And it kept saying I had to update the computer. And then it didn't give me any more instructions. So it was pretty cool. I like working with computers though. That before I became a licensed natural hair care practitioner. See, I'm practicing. See. Okay, let me get to work. We're going to do diseases and pathogenic bacteria. And one of Miss Janice's favorite rules is before you get here, with your gloves on, you want to make sure that they have filled out a form because you're a practitioner. You make up the rules and but you just have to make up the rules in such a way that they know that at first you do them, meaning you interview them or you fill out a form regarding their head, and they fill out a form regarding your character at the end. And then you say something like, "You, everyone who fills it out, don't worry, they get a free lock sock." Think of the lock socks. I got a little knot right there in the front of my hair. You like that? It's gonna get bigger. I'm deciding. I told y'all I'm always finding hairstyles to do before I can do them. This one is gonna be a knot. I got a lock knot. That's not what it's called. Anyway, this one is gonna be a knot. The one that you twist. It'll probably come to me later, but it's not right now. You twist it and you roll it at the same time, and but that's one of my locks. Hold on. Yeah, there. And it's supposed to be Usually, what people do is this: you take this. Well, that's what I would do. Twist it. I'm just gonna make a little one. You just keep twisting. You don't even have to do it like I'm doing it. You can just simply twist. Me, I'm going to take this, wrap it under, and you're going to make sure that it's held in. I told you there are so many things you can do with this lock sock. And you can still have room. And I open up a little more just by tightening the bun. Okay, let's get to work. Even though that is part of my job, finding different ways to wear your lock sock. A disease of pathogenic bacteria, we started off with before you get here with your, okay, you can write it if you want. Yes, with your gloves on. Okay, pathogenic is spelled Patho, then GEN. And every time I think of the word pathogenic, I also think of the three characteristics of hair: the atogen, the catagen, the telogen. Because anything that deals with hair growth, or is that the growth process of the hair? I think that's the growth process of the hair. Anything that deals with hair growth, I'm in. I'm in. Okay, remember. Let me see if I have it right here. No. So this means I have to separate it. I still have not found page 2. Still, it's going to show up though, because I'm noticing that because I flip my pages like I'm doing right now, they are getting in different order. I had a very good day today. We have Bible study on Wednesday, so my days is usually really good on Wednesdays. It's usually good normally, but especially on Wednesdays. Okay, diseases, pathogenic bacteria. And pathogenic is PATHOGENIC. And the GEN reminds me of antigen, catagen, telogen. Okay, it's not even stare. It's Staphylococci, and is a contagious pathogenic bacteria that infects the hair follicle and can be transmitted by skin to skin contact and unsterilized tools and implements. And you are supposed to have the definition of what an implement is. Is it something something as simple as a hair clip? Because you know what a tool is. A tool is scissors. A tool is butterfly clips. A, a tool is oh, I bought a new tool today. So if you're going to be a licensed natural hair care practitioner and you want to do weaves, this is one of the tools. It's a curved needle. And the reason they said it's curved is it's sort of pointy. And the reason they said it's curved is because when you put it in, it automatically goes up like this. It automatically, so that you won't poke people in the head. Other than that, That's all they said. And I put it here so I can remember. When we got the tools, we can have another tool. The J hook. I think I put both of them up here. Okay, now let me reiterate about Staphylococcus. Is a contagious pathogenic bacteria that infects the hair follicle and can be transmitted by skin to skin contact and unsterilized tools and implements. The two most common types of Staphylococci are, and before I tell you what they are, I'm going to spell Staphylococci. Oops, I didn't want it to ring. ST, and why I do not know why I call it Staphylococci, because it is straph. It says Straphy. So Strappy Staphylococci. Let me spell it. It's StraphyLococci. I like the way it's spelled. StraphyLococci. That's why I say I like the way it's spelled. It reminds me when I used to teach little people how to spell their name. Either I just teach them how to spell their name normal, like NAHLAIMYKEYIAOSBORNE, like that. That's the normal way. And then if it's something that's like I have a G baby named Eli, and his name is Eli. That's his name. And Eli Noah Calhoun. Anyway, when I was teaching him, like giving him an example of how to spell his name, it'll be Eli, spells Eli. I'm going to say bye bye. Like that. You make up a little song that goes with the name. It doesn't matter whether the name is long or short. I still would make up a song. Okay, so Staphylococcus is a contagious pathogenic bacteria that affects the hair follicle and can be transmitted by skin to skin contact and unsterilized tools and implements. And remember, you are supposed to write down to Miss Janice on this board or on the communication board what is I'm going to say utensil, fork, spoon, a knife. No. What is a implement? Because it says implements. Like, are they rubber bands? Are they? When I was asking before, I was giving hints, but I'm not giving any hints. I'm asking, are they rubber bands? Would they be considered um, the type of added hair? I don't want to use implement is an implement. See, are they used to help to either guide the hair or make the hair stay in place? Like, oh, I'm ready to tell you. Anyway, you're supposed to be telling me what an implement is. And there are the two most common types of Staphylococci is, okay, it starts with car and you have a relative. I'm sorry. It starts with carb. It starts with carb and you have a relative. That was a hint. Or it starts with fur and you have a relative. Fur uncle, carbuncle. Oh, I guess I could have said car. But if I say it starts with carb and you have a relative, it would be carb uncle. Carbuncle, fur uncle. Diseases, pathogenic bacteria. Okay, here you go. Fur uncle is a pimple or boil perforated by a hair that's in pain. Carbuncle inflammation. So one, the fur uncle is a pimple or a boil, and the fur uncle is a pimple or a boil. The carbuncle is inflammation of the subcutaneous tissue, similar to a fur uncle but larger. Some of these you need to try to not laugh. Hey, since I'm over here, I might as well plug this in. Okay, disorders, dermatitis. So I believe we're finished with diseases. Remember, it says diseases and disorders, and then we went through several diseases. I know it's diseases, but several diseases. One, another one. I mean, the other side or the flip side of the same coin is called disorders, and one of the first ones is dermatitis. And you don't have to know this yet, but itis means inflammation of the, and derma is skin. That was just a a little sidebar, like a commercial break. But there are two scalp disorders that manifest similar inflammatory and topical conditions: seborrheic dermatitis, psoriasis dermatitis. My sister was doing my niece's hair, right? And I said, I'm talking practitioner. So I said, oh, the the frontal, the temporal, the occipital, and the, oh my goodness. No, that's not occipital is here. This is the pet to, you pat it, pet, pet I don't remember right now. But anyway, so I said, oh, they look really nice. Cause I said, is that so then I tried to do a style. So I said, is that style called, oh my goodness. Anyway, the big braid. I said, is that style called box braids? Because styles and like that. So, and so she, I don't know whether she laughed tonight or not, but she said yes. And I believe she has seborrheic dermatitis. But that's not the one she used. It was the one that me. Wait, it might be the right one. Hold on. No, it's the one that was simply derm, the white flakes in the hair, simply dandruff. So I think that's the one she did. The one that was just simply dandruff. It's like something simplex. Wait, here you go. I can read what we wrote. I thought it was too funny. Okay, let me see. Let me see if I can do it. Hold on. Let me poke these people back first. Okay, so it's called Hangouts. Okay, here we go. It says, I'm talking practitioner now. Her frontal, parietal, temporal, and I can't see the occipital area. Looking good. And then I put he, right? She said, thank you so much. No, thank you. She has some seborrheic dermatitis. What? In the parietal area of her head. It was treated. Wait a minute. It can't be the seborrheic because that sounds kind of like. Let me make sure. Hold on. So anyway, I'm really liking having someone to communicate. Hold on. I don't know if I did the last one or not. The seborrheic and okay, I'm gonna tell you how to spell it again. Seborrheic. Seborrheic dermatitis or psoriasis dermatitis. Seborrheic or psoriasis. And the psoriasis is spelled PS. So maybe these are Latin words, I'm not sure, but we call it psoriasis and it has a P. So PSORIASIS. And maybe one of these days I'll give you all a spelling bee. Anyway, disorders dermatitis. Seborrheic dermatitis is a skin disorder or form of eczema caused by an inflammation of the sebaceous gland or an inflammatory reaction to some commonly used hair products. Now, of course, we're not going to do that. The scalp is red, inflamed, and itchy with white, creamy, yeast like film or patches that coat the scalp, causing light flaking of dead skin cells resembling wet dandruff. Hmm. Diseases, dermatitis. Psoriasis dermatitis, an inflammatory condition that results from an autoimmune disease of the skin. The scalp is red and irritated and covered with patches of silver and white scales. There you go. Pityriasis. So let me correct her because it says disorders pityriasis. Okay. And she spelled it right. Seborrheic. I mean, it's the wrong dandruff, but so it's pity riasis, Riasis, ooh, comma. It says also known as dandruff. Is a microscopic. This is terrible though. This is a fungus. I did not know that dandruff was a fungus. Because you're learning that funguses grow and thrive on its host. Fungus that feeds on the scalp's natural oils and creates byproducts that cause scalp. Hmm. Pityriasis is also known as dandruff. And I'm putting I am just getting observing the definition. While tutoring. Thank you guys for waiting for me. I appreciate that. Like you have some say so, huh? Now, of course, I'm gonna put he. But it's a microscopic fungus. Man, there are two types of pityriasis. There's pityriasis capitis, simplex, and pityriasis steroids. I believe the simplex one is classic dandruff. So pityriasis capitis simplex. And then it says capitis. I called it capitis, but classic dandruff. The scalp is itchy, dry, and flaky, resulting in scattered skin cells, which are visible flakes on the hair and shoulders. I'll tell you what she said when she writes back. Pityriasis steroids is severe dandruff similar to seborrheic. Oh, maybe she was right. Pityriasis steroids, severe dandruff similar to seborrhea dermatitis. The scalp is red and inflamed with large, greasy, or waxy scales, which are combined with sebum, causing. No, I don't think that's what she had. I think she had the um, uh, uh, seborrheic simplex. Or, or is it pityriasis? Pityriasis simplex. Pityriasis capitis simplex. Got to remember the word capitis. Capitis. Yeah, why did I do that? That does not look cute at all, does it? Okay. I already did that one. Severe dandruff. The scalp is red and inflamed with large, greasy, or waxy scales, which are combined with sebum, causing white, creamy patches to stick to the scalp. When the scales are removed with a comb, bleeding or oozing of sebum may result. And I believe sebum is pus. I believe that's what it is. I don't know why I think that, but alopecia is we're still on disorder. We're changing from seborrheic, simplex. We're changing from the different types of dandruff. Pityriasis is what it's called. Yes, pityriasis. Pityriasis. Dermatitis. We're done with that. So now we're on another disorder, and it's alopecia. Now, alopecia is an autoimmune disorder that mistakenly attacks the hair follicle. I wonder why it's mistakenly. Anyway, a hair follicle during the anagen and telogen growth phase, which causes abnormal hair loss, balding, or reduced hair density. Now, remember, we have to know what not on this test. So far, it doesn't seem like it do it on the test, but it does seem like when we get deeper and go into hair, uh, what is hair? Then you would have to know density, texture, um, porosity, um, those type of characteristics of hair. When you're learning about hair, you want to get in depth. You don't just want to start with what you know and don't continue on. As you are being and learning, as you're being tutored and learning from Ms. Janice, you're going to find out that the more you know, the simpler it becomes. Let me give you an example. I remember when I was an Avon representative and I had just started. You know how they give you all these packets and then you put them in little baggies and you give them out in the bags with the samples and like that. And I had gotten so good at just knowing the smells of the different fragrances. And you notice how I went from baggy to fragrances. You become more alive when you begin to understand why you're doing what you do. It just it's almost like it becomes a part of you. You become who you're supposed to be. And right now, we are becoming natural hair care licensed natural hair care specialists, natural hair care practitioners who specialize in doing different types of hair, different styles of hair, different textures of hair. You want to know, like, some people call it like 4C, but I don't know for A, B, C, or D. All I know is I have kinky curly hair. I guess you can tell I try not to laugh. Disorder. Disorders alopecia. Alopecia is an autoimmune disease that mistakenly attacks the hair follicle during the anagen intelligent growth phase. One of the things you do have to remember about this natural hair care module is that it continually grows. It continually talks about one phase and it talks about another, combining them together. Right now, we've already went over the anagen, the telogen, and the catagen. Then catagen, though. But this, I am talking about the anagen, the telogen growth phase, which causes abnormal hair loss, balding, or reduced hair density. There are several types of alopecia depending upon the location on the head, how it evolves on the scalp, and its underlying causes. I believe you can get alopecia by worrying. Must be after 9. I just yawned and tried to hide it. Disorders alopecia. Alopecia totalis is small round patches of hair loss progressing into total scalp hair loss. Alopecia universalis. There's totalis, and then there's universal alopecia universalis. It's a complete loss of body hair. Okay, disorders is alopecia adron no there's no no. There's an androgenetic alopecia. Androgenetic, and I always tell you that I say this is andro because it says ANDRO. Then the word genetic, GENETIC. Genetic alopecia is ALOPECIA. Alopecia. And I'm suggesting again that you take the time to go online to www dot. Hold on, I don't want to get it wrong. O it OL Health Licensing Agency. Oh, Google it. Okay, Google. How do I take, or where do I go to get my natural hair care practitioner license online? Like that. And then once you get to that site, then you put in natural hair care training module. Natural hair care training module. And it tells you right where it is. Hold on. So you want to do www.oregon.gov/OHLA. Remember, OHLA stands for Oregon Health Licensing Agency, and they're slowly changing it to Health Licensing Office. Disorders alopecia and androgenetic. Alopecia is a slow decrease in hair density with a reduced hair diameter. And you saw that in my picture that I showed when I had just one lock in the middle, and then all of this was gone around the hair. It was like from here to here, and my parts were very, very wide. Well, this they're parts now, but this, and I told you it was gone. And then when I redid my hair, I parted it here because that's where the hair was growing in. Then I parted it here to get the middle, and then I parted it down. I do not know where I started from. That is not good. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Maybe 44 or 40. Let me see. 21, 42. So I might have started at, yep, 43. Diseases, pathogenic bacteria. Because I'm on page 54 now. It says androgenetic alopecia, slow decrease in hair density with a reduced hair diameter. In men, it is generally located at the parietal front and progresses to a horseshoe shaped outline to the crown of the head to the occipital area. Now, isn't that cool? Now, that is definitely called speaking practitioner. In women, it is generally located at the crown of the head and at the temples. And then I just said it. Mine were these are locks, right? But they were not here when I first started. I didn't have hair here going to the back. And now we have hair. Okay, disorders, alopecia. Alopecia areata. Areata. I know that's probably not how it's pronounced. It's probably pronounced areata. But in order for help us remember, R is ARE, at is AT, and is A. So areata, alopecia areata. I'm gonna say that one day, and they say, "What's areata?" I'm gonna say it's a sudden or sometimes unrecognized falling out of hair in patches or spots. These areas are usually lighter in color due to poor blood circulation and will usually grow back. That's why I was so thankful, because I noticed the two different colors of my scalp. I was so thankful when I started. I started brushing and stuff like that. But then told y'all how I started putting the oil on the top of the head from here to here, and I put a nice little healthy amount, and I just continue to massage it down like so. My thumb in one spot, and my hand meets the thumb on the sides. That's the way it's done. But I usually try to do it with two hands. Excuse me. And I also noticed that since and I told you all this the last time we were together, that since I've been locking my hair or going on my natural hair care journey, trying to let my natural hair grow, that oil is staying in my hair when I mix the oil with water. I mix the oil with water. I spray my hair, and it don't seem like it's oiled or anything like that, but it is. And then all of a sudden, I'll do like this, and I have oil on my hands, and I think my towel is over there. So alopecia areata. Okay, disorders alopecia. So this is another one. It's diffuse alopecia. Radical and sudden hair loss of the entire scalp, followed by thinning of the hair density which affects both men and women, but primarily young females. Their hair loss is temporary and the hair will grow back as long as the hair follicles remain active. And so I'm just so thankful that I got some hair. I call it glory. I'm thankful I got some glory. Okay, disorder alopecia. Postpartum alopecia, temporary hair loss for 3 to 9 months after pregnancy due to sudden changes in hormone levels returning to normal within a year. Alopecia traction. I didn't say that right. Disorder, alopecia, traction alopecia is rapid, permanent scarring or balding on the scalp due to continuous of the hair too tightly over a long period of time, resulting in the hair being literally pulled out of the follicle, taking out the hair root and bulb, and destroying the hair shaft. This hair loss is most apparent in the frontal and temporal regions, and that is frontal is here, temporal is here, and can also affect the nape area, which is under here. It's under this. I know that much. Because remember, this is the parietal. This is the parietal. And the parietal is what connects all is connected to every single area here. You do the frontal with your thumb, the rest of the hand parietal. You do the temple with your thumb, the next rest of your hand is the parietal. You do the occipital with your thumb, the rest of your hand is parietal, like that. Okay, let's check out traction alopecia now. It's a rapid, permanent scarring or balding on the scalp due to continuous pulling of the hair too tightly over a long period of time, resulting in the hair being literally pulled out of the follicle, taking out the hair root and bulb, and destroying the hair shaft. That does not sound good. As a matter of fact, that sounds like it really hurts. This hair loss is most apparent in the frontal and temporal regions and can also affect the nape area. And the nape area is below the occipital area, which starts there at that little lump. Disorder. Remember I said that we're going to call it canitize. That's probably not how it's pronounced. But it's spelled like that. It's spelled Canities. Canitize. So if you see it or ask the question, like canitize is the term of graying hair, which is a loss of natural pigment or melanin in the hair. I told y'all hair is a living organism. Woo! It even know it's almost like a person. It even knows how to grow patches. No, let me stop. Okay, there are 3 forms of canitize. This is the one that's the car. This is the one. This is the congenital. Oh yeah, congenital, acquired, or ringed hair. Ringed hair. Ringed. 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 But this car, C, congenital, A, acquired, and R, ringed hair. Oh no. Okay, I'm going. I'm going to start tomorrow on 60. Wait a minute. We only got a couple more to go, right? We started at 43 or pathogenic bacteria. Yes, we started at 43 and now we're at 60. So we better do the rest. I'm sorry. Disorders canitize, congenital canitize. Can eye ties? Due to lack of melanin in the hair, which exists at or before birth and will occur in albinos and occasionally in people with normal hair. Disorder. Can eye ties? Acquired can eye ties is due to the aging process during the telogen phase. The follicle and bulb shrink, reducing the process of hair pigmentation or melanin. This also, this may also occur prematurely as a result of genetics, prolonged anxiety, illness, and or diet. It says or diet. Disorder, canatize, ringed hair, salt and pepper. Here you go. Dun 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 dun. It's right here. Did I tell y'all the story about when I first cut my hair? Like in like 2004, I cut it before then, but in 2004 I cut my hair, and I had what looked like a bald spot. And I was like, oh no, I didn't do it right because I thought I like and nicked it or whatever. It had to. I'm most sure that the scissors or the clippers had a guard on it. But anyway, I didn't know. And what it is or was is right here is a silver spot right in like the middle of my occipital bone, right in the middle of the occipital bone is a white or a silver. It's a white or silver here, and I thought it was a bald spot. Okay, a variety of canine ties characterized by alternating bands of gray and pigmented hair throughout the length of the hair strand. I like when I do when my hair locks and I pick up a lock and it's like white and I mean silver and black. That's pigmented. So let me do it right. Pigmented hair. Okay, bands of gray and pigmented hair throughout the length of the hair strand. And here's a disorder. Disorders trichoptilosis. I know you remember that one. I remember that one. As I'm going over the book now, and I'm thinking, do I remember that? I remember trichoptilosis. Tritop, tri, trichoptilosis, or split ends of the hair, which start as small cracks in the cuticle that deepens into the cortex. Isn't that cool? Disorders: Tychorexis nodosa. Nodosa. Okay, we can stop here. We'll start here tomorrow on page 64. If you're enjoying Miss Janice tutoring or having Miss Janice tutor you, I thank you. I appreciate you. But tell some of your friends because after we do this, we're gonna do we're gonna go over the GED test with the pathway to this. So because there are people who do not have their GED and they feel they lower themselves down so much that we have to bring their self-esteem right back up to where it belongs because there's nothing wrong with not having. It really isn't. There is nothing wrong with not having. It's just that when you get it, you become so thankful that you wish you had it all the time because of the stress on your brain. You be thinking so negative regarding yourself. And just the thought of getting your diploma, and you can tell that it's been thought through because that's how they have the program. Because people when they get older, they might not have had time to do it when they were younger, or they might not have been in the right mindset to do it when they were younger. But when you get older, it's so nice to say, I'm going to get my GED or I'm going to get my high school diploma. And it would be really, really, for real, very nice if you can go back to a high school that you decide and they have someone there tutoring how to get your diploma. It really would be nice. Think we can do that as a licensed natural hair care practitioner? It is 50 minutes into the evening, and Miss Janice is going to say, "See you later for now. We're going to be back here on tomorrow. You be encouraged, okay? And take your time going through your book. Go over at least 21 pages, tomorrow, so that when we come on, I wonder, am I going to be like extremely loud? So that when we come on tomorrow and we're gathered together, you can already be like, I remember that. And then you can answer some of the questions that I'm asking as a test.